What was the teacher trying to develop in that lesson segment? She was teaching them reading skills through the various high-level questions she had asked of the class. Most of the questions were meant to develop higher-order thinking skills. When does the teaching of grammar come in? Join me once again in the classroom as we watch the teacher introduce the concept of the passive voice through the same topic.
Okay, in paragraph A, let's pick out objects that were used as paper in the old days. Okay, yes, John.
Various skins of animals and barks of trees were used for the same purpose as paper during the ancient times.
Okay, do you think people today would still want to use the same materials, John, or someone else? Yes, Ren.
No, ma'am, we don't use them at all anymore.
Why? Why not?
Because nowadays, we have modern paper factories which manufacture paper.
Exactly. Any other reasons? Yes, Nico.
We don't have enough animal skins and barks of trees because they are laws against the killing of animals and the felling of trees.
All right, that's a good answer. Well, you think how would our lives change if for some reason we'd have to give up paper? Yes?
It would be a completely different world. There wouldn't be any magazines or books or newspapers. We wouldn't have anything to write on.
You're right, John. Now, let me direct your attention to the answers you gave earlier. Okay. Look at the following sentences and I want you to read it. Class, can you please read the following sentences?
Skins of animals were used as paper. Barks of trees were also used as paper. Nowadays, paper is made by modern factories.
Okay, after reading and looking at them, what do you think seems to be the common verb among the sentences? Yes, Arnold.
The verbs are longer.
Longer? What do you mean by that?
They come in combinations.
Okay, any other observations? Yes, GK.
There are no doers of the action. I mean, there's no mention of the persons who are responsible for certain events or actions.
That's correct, GK. Is there another way of putting a doer of the action? Let's try sentence 3.
Ma'am, I'll try.
Yes, Kian.
Modern factories make paper.
Okay, why don't we write that so that we can see the difference? Modern factories make paper, is that it? Okay. So, thank you, Gian. Now, let's see. How are these two sentences different from each other? Yes, GK.
Ma'am, it is paper because the word is the most important in the sentence.
Okay, are you given more emphasis? How about in this sentence? Modern factories make paper. Where is the focus there? Yes, Arnold.
Modern factories more than any other word.
Why? Because the emphasis is on the doer of the action. Thank you, Arnold. Now, if the emphasis is on the doer of the action, such as modern factories, then we can say that the sentence is in the active voice. Now, what kind of a voice is it when the emphasis is on the receiver of the action? Yes, Gian?
Ma'am, it is in the passive voice.
Okay, when do we use the passive voice again?
When the receiver of the action coming from the verb is more important than the doer of the action.
Okay, very well said. Thank you, Gian.
How did the teacher introduce grammar? Yes, she made the students focus on 3 sentences found in the text. 2 of the sentences are in the passive voice, while the 3rd is in the active voice. Likewise, you must have observed how the teacher made the students realize the functions of both active and passive voices. When we teach the voice of the verb, be sure to make our students know when to use each voice appropriately. Let us tell them that the active voice is used when the doer of the action is more important than the receiver of the action. In contrast, the passive voice is used when the receiver of the action is more important than the doer of the action. Hence, it is not just a matter of asking our students to transform sentences from active to passive. They ought to understand the reason for doing so. Before we give you the next lesson segment, let's take a station break. Stay tuned.